smoke, little smoke, little smoke. Let me put my thing on DND. Share. Hey, Susan. We're going to give everybody a little time to come in. I hope you all right. You the first one. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to be also going live on my Facebook as well. I hope y'all going to be able to see my screen if you on IG, because it's like two things going on, but I'm going to do the best I can. Give them about 5 more minutes, Susan. If you got to duck out and duck back in, you can. I'm really testing my audio and stuff. Peace, power, and protection. Hey, Empress Susan. Hey, everybody. You all, I'm doing a joint live, so I'm going to be also going live on my Facebook as well. So I'll be between like 2 screens, but I hope y'all can somewhat see my big screen. Let's see. Can y'all see that screen? Y'all can see my big screen. Today we're going to talk about some stuff. It's a lot going on. We done had the timeline shifting consistently. We done had nature, you understand, a lot of plasma energy and stuff coming back to the earth. We done had people elect something outside of themselves, and now they dealing with the consequences of that, what they call down on themselves, and that ritual sacrifice that they done to themselves. They made a choice. So we're going to talk about that. And the way I'm going to start this out is I'm going to throw it back to 2020, because the way the timelines work, stuff that started in 2020, 2019 is manifesting now. Like some choices that was made then is manifesting now, because there's no such thing as time. There's just time loops, and there's when certain things collide again and actions reinteract and cause a new reaction. So I'll go into discussing that as well. So let me see here. Okay, so I'm going to be between 2 screens. So I'm going to be doing the best I can, y'all. So work with me. But I hope everybody can, you know what I'm saying, participate in the discussion. So that's why I'm trying this out. If it don't work, then it don't work. Because a lot of times on my Facebook, the reason why I don't mess with Facebook is because they always kick me off there. Like, it never failed. Once I start talking about some real shit, that shit get cut. So, okay. So let me go live over here. All right. Hey, Ashiki. Peace, power, and protection. I'm just going live. We're going to talk about some stuff. I'm live on my Facebook as well. Hey, you guys over on Facebook. Whenever they get ready to come in, I'm going to start sharing my screen. I hope you all can see my screen. Can you all see this screen right here? Can y'all see that a little bit? See it somewhat? throw a one in the thing if you could kind of see this screen, if you could see it. All right, good, good, good. Because I'm going to be projecting up some of the stuff that I'm talking about. I'm going to be projecting it up on this screen. So I'm going to give everybody about 5 more minutes. So how you guys been doing? Y'all been all right? Everything, you staying dangerous. I hope you all have been adjusting well to the frequency because it's a lot going on. And I think they messing with my feed. I could already tell. So they messing with my feed. Hold on, y'all. That's something I'm working on. Cancel. I can't leave without saving. Give me a second, y'all. So that right there, that's something that I'm working on. I'm getting ready to create a ebook teaching different meditation techniques. And so I'm working on that. So I can't delete that. But let's see. It's still lagging. I don't even know if anybody gonna be able to come on here. Okay, it's better. All right, you guys. So I'm getting ready to get into it. So, all right, today, the way I wanted to start this discussion out with you guys is I wanted to talk about some stuff. I wanted to hit some stuff from our past and then bring it back into the present of what's going on now. So, do any of you guys remember back in, what was it, like 2020, when everybody was pushing that, go back to Africa, go to Ghana, peace goddess, give up your citizenship, all of that type of stuff. They was telling us that they was going to give us dual citizenships, and all of them celebrities and stuff was telling people to go over there to Ghana and everything. And then you remember about a year and a half ago, all of that shit started re-terraforming over there, and they done got flooded out and stuff, and a lot of them black people that went over there and invested all of their money and stuff done lost their money and all, and a lot of people is coming back home, and not just from Ghana, like from all over parts of Africa right now, because it was a psyop and it was a scam. They do this every time it's a great reset. They try to get people to go back to Africa. Now, over and understand, I do have some ancestors that did originate from that land, because remember, it was all connected. But over and understand, we done been on this land right here since time's motherfucking time, because this is the cradle of the whole earth. Okay, the Garden of Eden is right here over in the Grand Canyon. And a bitch ain't got to believe me, but that's where it's at. The first thing that rose from the water. Right over there. That was an oasis. It don't look like that now. You can't tell that now. You understand? You can't tell that that was plush floors and oases and waterfalls and everything like that. But you got to think, why would we have all of those structures, all of those monoliths, everything over there? Something had to exist there. And wherever there's life, there has to be water. And wherever there's life, there has to be tunnels. We had a big tunnel system, you know what I'm saying? And just, we did a lot of stuff that, they don't really want to talk about or they don't want to discuss. So anyway, to make the long story short, there's a video, this guy that I used to follow, and I just followed him because he was over there in Ghana, and I wanted to see how it went for people over there. And so maybe about a year ago, he came back. You understand? First, he was all arguing with all of us, telling us we all need to come to Africa and everything back in 2020, because the COVID vaccine That shit was crazy. It was real crazy back then. And I don't even know if my Facebook feed working because I don't even see anybody that came on. But anyway, so to make the long story short, so yeah, so he came back and he done just been acting strange. And y'all know I'm a medical doctor, right? You know I'm a medical doctor. So I'm like, something is off about him. Something off about his color. Something off about the way he looked. Just something is off. You enter and understand what I'm saying? So I was on YouTube today. And this is what I found. So hold on. I'm going to share my screen. Let me share my screen. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm trying to learn this system over here. Y'all bear with me. I don't know. But anyway, can y'all see this? Can you all see this screen? Put a 1 in the chat if you can see it. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to play this. Hold on a second. I think I'm finna come off of Facebook because, like I said, they blocking me over here. Oh, y'all here? Okay, hold on, because they done been blocking y'all. Wait a second, y'all. I'm trying to see how to add, share my screen. I see goals. If anybody know how to share a screen on Facebook, please let me know. It's giving me a preview link. What's this? Give me a second, y'all. Technical difficulties. Hold on, y'all. I'm finna end this live and I'm finna go back. Give me 1 second, y'all. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Okay. Now, give me 1 second. I think please add a title. Lord have mercy. This is complicated. I'm trying to tell you, this ain't no joke. Okay, good. It's not gonna let me go live here. Now, this is my witness. Y'all done seen what all I gotta go through. Hold on. I did complete the post details. Ain't nothing else to complete. Well, too bad, y'all. People on Facebook, I ain't nothing I could do for them. I'm just gonna click on out of there. They do it every time. Anyway, can y'all see? Y'all can see this screen. So, anyway, I was talking about this gentleman right here. This go back to Africa or whatever. And now, since it's just one, since I'm just talking to one group, they're gonna have to come over here or whatever they're gonna do. I could show y'all the screen. Y'all could see the screen better, and I could back out the way. But I'm just gonna play like the first probably 10 minutes of this, and I'm gonna skip. I might skip a couple of times, but all of a sudden, this gentleman right here then came down with a deadly disease, y'all, a deadly rare disease. And so now he's asking the question, did he acquire that when he went over to Africa? All them people that went over to Africa is coming down with rare cancers and all kind of rare diseases and stuff now. They done came back here. They in the hospital. I'm quite sure a lot of people don't know about it, ain't heard about it. You know what I'm saying? People ain't talking about it. People dying in silence. So I thought that this video would be a good video to start the discussion out with. So hold on. This is little intro, y'all. I'ma just back. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear? Just making sure y'all can hear. Can y'all hear? Okay.
What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy, Gold. Africa. I haven't said that in 4 months, y'all. Whoa. Hey, I got a story for you all, and I'm telling you, your man have been through a roller coaster ride, and still, some unanswered questions, but I'm walking in the faith of the Most High. Of course, the doctors want to, of course, label and diagnose and say things, but, there are some validities to what it is. You can't ignore what is, being shown you. All the tests I've been taking. But what I want to do first and foremost is thank each and every one of you all for your prayers, for y'all reaching out to me, the kind words. Y'all knew something was up, and people were just sending prayers to us. Yes. People were just, where you go, Black, and what's going on with you? And there are those who I answered to, and there were just some I didn't answer. Couldn't get to everybody, but for those that the Lord had me answer to, because I knew there are soldiers out here in the field who are prayer warriors who are doing their thing. And so I want to thank you all for your prayers. I want to thank you all for your concerns, for just missing me. 4 months, we're going to get into this. My wife, she have taken a plethora of information, notes, along this whole journey of all this testing, and I'm gonna tell y'all, your man was about to turn into a boy. And it was challenging. It was very challenging. Never been put in a place. I'm gonna share with y'all my fears, my
all right, so he talking here, and then I think at about 9 minutes, I'm gonna forward it here. This one he start talking about what's going on, y'all. Just having a dinner.
All right. We are back. We should be, okay. So so now, where was I at?
The discomfort when you.
The discomfort. So, about 6 months or so, when I was taking a shower, I kind of felt this little dull, little pain on my stomach.
Now, y'all, I want to get into something right here before he go to talking about these symptoms, because it's serious, y'all. Now, if you know anything about toxin exposure or potentially an exposure to the spike protein, direct or indirect, those proteins, those misfolded proteins and different toxins reproduce in the stomach, okay? When those toxins and stuff get to your stomach, and then those proteins or whatever, the genetics or whatever, and the proteins and everything, the spike proteins get built, it starts out in your stomach. Then from your stomach, those rogue cells go out into your body, your bone marrow, places like that, and they wreak hell. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to understand that production starts in the stomach, in the gut, the second brain. And then once the spike proteins or the toxins or whatever's lethal gets produced, it goes your dendritic cells and all your immune cells just trying to fight it in your gut, because that's where the most of your immune cells is in your gut, because that's where you're most susceptible to getting infection, disease, toxins, and stuff that'll kill you. So that's where your body got your immune cells. Well, when your immune cells come into contact with certain toxins that they cannot degrade, those toxins cause them to misform or something like that. And that's how you get cancers. That's how you have misfolded proteins, and it causes all kind of hell in the body, okay? And so this gentleman is getting ready to describe what's happening to him. But I just wanted to give y'all a background as to these symptoms, and then let this maybe help you, because you might know somebody that might be talking like this. If they might need to go get checked out.
And that's a lie. And just went on and stuff like that. And when I was in Brazil, I started to feel an ache and pain. I started feeling some pain. Well, in that pain, I said, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that, because when it comes to your man, I'm always on my health. I'm not afraid of doctors. I'll go with the doctors and all. So July, what day? So you got all these dates. July the 10th, they had scheduled me to go ahead and have an endoscopy and a colonoscopy done, because I had one done in 2.5 years ago. For you men out there, you see, medical field tells us that every 10 years after 45, you should have your colonoscopy done. Even women should have it done, right? And they say you should have it done every 10 years.
Depending on the results.
Depending on the results. So 2.5 years ago, I had colonoscopy done and upper endoscopy done. And so this pain, they decided they want to go ahead and go back and look. And so they go in. I have a polyp in my colon. They remove it. Of course, they're going to run a biopsy on it. They're going to test, non-cancerous. And they get to my upper. They go in there and they say, it's got 2 masses. But we do biopsy and we're going to run a test on it. So they come back and say, it's not cancer. It's
amyloidosis.
Amyloidosis. What the heck is that amyloidosis?
Amyloidosis, y'all.
I mean, I can go into it this year, but in its briefest term, share what it is that y'all learned and what we know now today.
So amyloid is a protein that is made by the cells in bone marrow, and it's not supposed to be made. It's the plasma cells that are in the bone marrow lay down this particular protein that can go to any part of the body, and it's abnormal.
What I just said.
Infiltrates different tissues. It's abnormal.
And it's rare.
All right. Sad situation for that brother, because that shit ain't no joke. You know, it was a lot of choices that people made in 2020 and 2019. that is manifesting now. And it's all a part of the divine order as to the way that everything is playing out right now. Like, ain't nothing happening by mistake. Like, ain't nothing happening with you by chance. Ain't nothing happening with them by chance. Like, everybody made a conscious choice. You understand, when we made a decision if we was going to choose ourselves or if we was going to choose something outside of ourselves. If you was going to roll with your soul or if you was going to roll with the physical, you know. And it was a real battle for a lot of us. You understand? Like, it was a real battle for me. You know, I've been through mental hell, not a physical hell, because a physical hell is light work, but mental hell, you know, battling, because when you get up here, you begin to speak, or when you become awakened, you become like a magnet for everything that's it's almost like the matrix activate against you. That's what I say. Because you are of a different mindset. You are of a different frequency. And once you're not caught up in all of that material and everything like that, then that's when the real fight began. And that's when the spiritual battle began. And battling in the spiritual is way different than a physical battle. A physical battle, you might lose a car. A spiritual battle, you might lose your soul. Two different things. Definitely two different things. So I say that to say this. You know, back in 2020, a lot of people made a lot of decisions that's getting ready to manifest now. It was a lot of people like me who got on here and talked about it. Tried to tell people not to look outside of themselves. You understand? People came before me, done it. I done been so fucked up. I done started smoking weed because it's like the mind, yo. It's like the mind. It's like everybody say they want the spiritual gift to be able to see, to be able to know all of this shit. But it's a heavy weight, y'all. And I'm going to just say this before I get into the discussion, because I want people to understand that from the minute you wake up, this shit become a chore. It's not enjoyable to a degree because you know it's not real. And you know you got to battle every day. And you know you get tired. You get wore down sometimes. You have to go meditate. You understand? Get back, ground yourself, recenter, and get ready to battle another day, because every day is a battle for your soul, awakened person. You ain't playing on the same level as somebody that's a clone. They already ain't got no seat, nothing in the seat of the soul. They could be easily walked in and controlled. So you battling them, but you also battling to make sure something don't come up in you. You don't sign into no contracts. You don't get your soul locked down here and have to be manifesting into the clones like our ancestors did. You got to pay attention to the times, what's going on right now. We definitely outside of time. We definitely outside of time right now. The timelines done totally converged on themselves. And when I say that, I mean that. And what you have to understand about time, I think I went into this briefly in here, but I didn't really expound on it too heavily, you know what I'm saying? But I'll talk about it now. So, time doesn't really exist, y'all, except for here. So let me tell you a story. I put it in story form because that's how our ancestors speak, and that's how the ancestors taught it to me. That's how they taught it to me. So I'm going to teach it to y'all the way they taught it to me. If you got to think about the Great Mother, or the energy that you want to call the Great Mother, the everything, the all, think about that as nothing. Nothing. Complete nothingness. Nothing. Not even darkness, not even light. There's no measure of anything yet. It's nothing. That's hard to imagine because it's beyond 0 point. But you got to think. It's hard for your brain to get there in this consciousness, but understand. It's a possibility of nothing. No physical reality at all, because this reality is a light trap. It's light. Refracted light off prism. So understand. Nothing. It was nothing. And then the Great Mother had a son. And when she had a son, the sun trapped her in the light and created all of these planes. Now, the sun is not a masculine energy. That's a reverse thought. If you go back to what our ancestors taught you, the sun is a feminine energy. The masculine energy is the moon. The masculine energy is the architect. It does all the sine waves and everything on the earth. It creates waves, ripples, currents in the water. This whole plane ain't nothing but water. So what did I tell you? She had a son. So I'm telling you, an elemental fell. When that elemental fell of a son, the light from the energy that got trapped created a prism and trapped the mother in the light and created all of these dimensional planes. Planes of consciousness. You still nothing trapped in the light. Do you get it? Throw a 1 in the chat if you're following where I'm going. Because you got to get yourself to think as you are the all and the all is you, to enter and understand this story, how I'm trying to take you. So when you fell, the light that was created from that energy is your prism, is creating different planes of reality. Okay? And a prism has so much refracted light. Just think of a disco ball. How much refracted light do you see? Understand that all of the shadows of light are different trapped consciousness and dimensional planes. Okay? At different levels of energy. The planes have different levels of energy. Stop thinking about time. We outside of time right now. We in the void. Different levels of energy. You still in the nothingness until you fall, create the light in whatever dimensional plane that you in. You cannot go higher than what your consciousness will allow. That's why knowledge is so important, because the more knowledge you have, it's linked. The higher your consciousness can go. That's all that matters, because in the nothingness, all that's there is consciousness. No physical matter and no light. There's nothing. We talking beyond 0 point right now. 0 point even have to have a measure. Okay? All right. So when the sun fell, trapped the light, the mother, you, different dimensional planes. Okay? The only way back is through the sun. the sun, which is you, who fell. The only way back is through yourself. Because you trapped in your own prism of light right now, creating all of these different realities until you enter and overstand. You won't stop cycling your energy, which means you're going to reincarnate to the same plane you at, because your mind is locked there, your consciousness. Beyond energy now, consciousness. Consciousness. If your consciousness is not locked here, your soul cannot be locked here. Now, if you understand that, how did you get locked here? You got looped in time. How did that happen? Simple. But not simple, but simple. If you really think about it, let me think how to put it. So, what is time? Let's look at it in geometry. Now, the simplest way to look at elements is through geometry, okay? Every angle is an element. I ain't got to tell you what element, because different angles form different elements in your body. Combinations. But just know the combination is going to be 3 triangles, 6 triangles, 9 triangles formation. 3, 6, 9. That's your prism. For everything in your body, that's your algorithm. Just know that. Without me getting into the physics and all of that shit of it, I don't want to go there. It's too much to go through. But just understand. So imagine yourself as all of these angles. Angles of the prism of light. Different elements are on those angles. Okay? That's the hologram. That's the hologram. Okay? That's the hologram. Now, if you take that hologram, which is light, track, you, and you wrap the consciousness in that, then that's how you physically trap a consciousness into a holographic earth. But the consciousness can escape the physical reality and realize that they are not in the physical reality. But the consciousness has to do that. Until the consciousness do that, you're going to think you're a hologram. Now, what time does is keep you looped in a perpetual cycle. So your mind is looped on itself in a dream. What is a dream state? You are having the same experience over and over and over in different clone vessels, holograms, because your consciousness is trapped here. It's stuck here. You're stuck. You can't get up. You keep on wanting something. You keep on needing something. You don't acquire the knowledge that you need. And you get looped back here in your mind because your mind can't get past the matter. You think you a hologram. Your consciousness think you the hologram. You gonna come right back into another hologram. And that's what a lot of us been doing. In another hologram. You just come right back. You just loop back. And that's the cycle of time. Time is just a loop. It's just a perpetual loop of life and death. It's just a perpetual loop of ourselves. It's just a perpetual loop of your immortality. It's just a perpetual generation of your cells of a body. That's all time is. Time is linked to your genetics. Time is linked to your DNA. Time is linked to your DEA. Time is linked to the astrals because it's all linked to you, but it don't exist. It's just a measure. that they use to keep you looped here. It's kind of like, imagine yourself as a perfect triangle, 90 degrees. 2 pillars pointing up. The bottom line down here is a timeline. That's supposed to be fixed. It's supposed to be perfect. What they do with you is they throw you off balance, throw you off balance, throw you off balance. Your magnetism off balance. They turn you into an imperfect angle. They bend you. That's what Hitler knew. They bend you on an angle. And then when they bend that, it loop time. Because it loop you. You increasing the timeline. You increasing the 2 points. So you trying to set a different probability. It's all still going to end up the same way, but you just extending it out. You extending the loop of the brain out. Extending the, man, it's hard to explain. But I'm trying the best I can, but it's just hard to explain outside of time with time, because if you outside of time, you can't use time as a measure. You only using the cosmic system. Because that's the only system that really exists. Like, it ain't no time. It's just you, bruh. Like, while we done been down here looping over and understand, ain't nothing changed nowhere. Ain't nothing changed nowhere. Ain't nothing changed nowhere. Because this don't exist. It never happened. Not in the real reality, because you nothing. Bruh. I could say it over and over. But that's what's going on. So, what's happening now? We in a new age. A new age. Age of ourselves. Age of our immortality. Age of the soul. The soul is what determines the age. Not anything else. It's the soul, because the souls, the beings with souls that are here, increase the frequency of the earth. They the ones that cause the resets and all of that type of stuff to occur from the energy of the ionic exchange that they're doing with the earth. This is real truth. Bill Gates and them know what's up. It's us that's actually speeding up the ionosphere all around us and causing all of this stuff to happen, because it's ourselves, y'all. It's the evolution. There's no such thing as time, just how quickly our cells evolve. And that's outside of time, because it's etherical. The only thing that you can use to maybe try to map that is astrology. That's how you know their time is over. Their cells are over. They ruled the Piscean age. Those clones are done, because the Piscean age is done. You getting ready to go? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So if y'all understand what I'm saying, y'all understand and understand what I'm saying. Like, their time is up. But the time being up ain't got nothing to do with time. The time for them being up got to do with our DEA and our angles and our energy and us being etherical and us resetting the ethers, because our mind done went somewhere else. So this reality has to create that. There's no other possibility. This our dream, right? Until you wake up from it and realize it's one. So right now we dreaming of something different. So it's finna be something different. Crazy as hell too. Watch. Crazy to them. It's gonna defy rationality for them, because we chaotic beings by nature. You ain't nothing but a perfect formula, an algorithm right now. You just don't realize that. And that's basically it. You know, I ain't even gonna get into all of that Trump foolery today on this chat, because it ain't no need to even get into that. Them people is crazy. And the reason why that's happening to them is because they can't take the frequency of the earth. It ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump winning or losing the election. That was going to happen. Them people was going to be acting demented like that regardless. People was going to act like that because on the same time that he was doing that, it was a big cosmic alignment that occurred. A lot of people got their cosmic crowns. A lot of people got all kind of different ascension things, different type of new powers came online. Man, I was face jumping so many times during the election and stuff. Man, I was at so much peace. Man, I couldn't even come on social media. I couldn't even do it, y'all. It's just too low vibrational. Them people was too crazy. People sending messages, you know, all of that type of stuff. Y'all don't participate in that, because I'm going to tell you something. If you got a soul and you in the void energy right now, whatever you manifest gonna come right back to you. So don't let them people have you manifest something bad on yourself. You understand? Learn how to separate. Their reality ain't got shit to do with your reality. You understand? They caught up somewhere else, and that's why they getting ready to get left behind, and their program is about to be deleted. They finna delete their own program because they can't go where we're going. You gotta have a soul. And ain't no fucking robot gonna help them. Even though we is the tech gods. Like, what's coming back now? See, technology always exists. The Great Mother is like a CPU, bruh. Like the all is a CPU. When you get in the void, you know every fucking thing. You just don't know how to bring it back down here where people can understand it. Like, it's like your brain just too far gone. You can't, but it's a CPU. Like, she's like an ultimate computer, bruh. Anything, which is you. Anything you ask yourself in the void, you gonna know it. Now, learning how to bring them thoughts back down here, some of the concepts can't even be brought back down here because they defy the principles of everything here. So, it's hard to explain. But anyway, you just got to separate yourself from them people. You can't let anything outside of you control your reality right now. Because it's time for the awaken now. It's time for advanced thought now. It's time for real magnetism, real magic. And what they want to do is hide, because you going to know who got a soul and who don't. You already do know who got a soul and who don't. But they done done everything to try to hide and cloak what they are. You understand what I'm saying? To make them think that they are you and you are them. But you're not. And you finna see. Like, I'll get into that discussion next time. I'm not going to make this discussion too long, but I'll get into that discussion next time. I'll talk more about the Watchmen, because I want to go into the Watchmen, what the Watchers are, the real gatekeepers, and the holders of time, or the timelines, because timelines ain't nothing but energy, y'all. So really, they holding the energy. Like, I'll get into that the next time, because I think that deserves its own separate discussion. And y'all know they only give me like an hour, so I'll have that discussion with y'all next time. We'll talk about gatekeeping. We'll talk about time looping. We'll talk about the Watchmen. Some people call them the timekeepers. I don't know. There's a lot of ancient texts that talk about that type of stuff, or whatever, and what that really is and stuff like that. And I'm going to go into draconianism, and I'm going to really talk about my reptilian family. Because what people don't enter and understand, I'm an Omega Dragon. I'm the first. And it's some others of us that's the first energy. You got to be a first energy to have a soul. So therefore, a reptilian is a part of me. We created them. They are part of us. That's like our cousins. Naga. Y'all ain't looked at none of that. Naga, the snake, the serpent. You got a whole reptilian brain in the back of your head. If it wasn't for that technology, the physical plane wouldn't exist. It couldn't exist. Because that's what puts you in the dream state. Is your reptilian brain. The most ancient. The most prime. And without that, you couldn't be here. You couldn't be trapped. It go deep. But that's real. Like, nothing outside of you, you should be afraid of. Like, people out here are living in fear. If you afraid, you gonna call the fear right to you. Ain't nothing out here that's more powerful than you. You the battery for everything that's in this reality. The moment that you realize that is when you take your power back. All right, tribe. Well, I ain't gonna talk y'all to death tonight. I'm going to send y'all off in peace, power, and protection. We had some technical difficulties earlier. I'm going to have to try to see how I can incorporate Facebook, because that's fucked up. They always do that on Facebook, man. Every time. All right, y'all. Stay dangerous, all right, and stay protected. Until next time.